Minnesota's new Stay Safe order will allow some businesses to reopen Monday, but not all. Here's what you won't see. No groups of more than 10 people who are not related, including social and faith-based gatherings. Sporting events, concerts, conventions, fundraisers, parades, and festivals are a no. Governor Tim Walz is also not allowing bars, restaurants, salons, and barbershops to fully reopen right now. Those businesses can offer pickup product sales, however. And if you're itching for some outdoor activity, you'll have to wait for mini golf, swimming pools, racetracks, and concert venues. The Stay Safe order extends all of these closures until at least May 31st. And if you're checking the calendar, that does include the usually busy Memorial Day weekend. Minnesota is reporting 25 new deaths from COVID-19, bringing the total now to 663. 9 deaths are still listed as probable, even though a positive test result isn't on file. 523 more people tested positive for a total now of 13,435. COVID-19 cases in North Dakota are up by 65 for a total now of 1,712. New cases include 57 people in Cass County. There have been no new deaths. More than 1,000 people have recovered. It's now 4:32 on our Friday morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green for a check of that First Alert Storm Team forecast.
Good morning and happy Friday. Things are looking up for us today. We've got a beautiful sunrise already starting at the 4:30 time that we're starting to see that first light on that eastern horizon. So starting the earlier, or continuing the earlier and earlier sunrises, and we're starting the day with clear skies. So we're expecting some sunny conditions here to start off for your Friday. So that's a good sign. Temperatures, well, it depends on where you are. This morning, they're a little bit chilly in some places. We do have some places that have reached the freezing mark. We're at 31 degrees right now in Grand Forks. It's 32 in Hallock, so a couple of colder patches out there. Fargo's hanging on to 38 right now. We've got another hour or so or two of cooling before we do start to rise. So if you're concerned and you didn't cover up your plants and vegetables or your flowers last night, want to make sure you bring those in right now if you can, if you have time. 34 degrees in Wahpeton at the moment. It's 45 though in Gwinner. Here's a look at your visibility. We've got northwestern Minnesota being the focus for lower visibility this morning. Not nearly as bad as yesterday, but you could see there are some places where we're down to 1 mile in Hallock, 1.25 miles in Foston. Thief River Falls is at 2 miles. And it's calm up north. The rest of us seeing some light wind. One spot Gwinner getting a gust to 17 right now. And it's variable as well. So radar and satellite map looking very quiet. We've got a system passing by in South Dakota, and gradually we will see our chances for precipitation increase for your Saturday. So let's talk about today though. We've got some really nice weather today. We've got some sunnier skies ahead. Temperatures that are going to end up into, by the noon hour, the 50s to some low 60s. And then continuing on into the afternoon, notice how nice it is for everybody. Everybody gets some sunshine. Temperatures around 60 to 70 degrees. Most of us will spend the entire day in the 60s. We'll say that. But there might be 1 or 2 places that hit that 70-degree mark and during one of the afternoon hours. Now, heading into this evening, we keep that quieter weather around for your Friday evening. But we are watching our next chance for some rain approach from the southwest. So by 10 o'clock tonight, we're seeing it nearby, and it starts to move into tomorrow morning. This is Saturday morning. Southern Valley will be the focus for rain showers with this event. And as we continue on, you can expect to see more clouds down in the south too, of course, with that. And temperatures that are milder and more sunny conditions up to the north. So Saturday, it depends on where you are yet again. Here's your photo yesterday, that Cheyenne River fog around the Valley City area. Thanks, Vicki, for sharing. And I zipped right past your 7-day. We do have some really nice warm temperatures ahead. We're looking at some 80s in the forecast that we've been talking about. And we'll get into that in more detail coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Sounds great. Thank you, Lisa. The North Dakota DOT reopened its offices across the state this week, and they're booked. More than 1,200 people have made appointments during the pandemic. Your next trip to the DMV will be different from what you're used to. Now, you'll need to take a health screening.
One of our employees will go through a question and answer sheet that goes over whether or not a person has traveled outside of the U.S., if they've felt any symptoms.
Questions are followed up by a temperature check to help protect employees. If you're planning on taking a driver's license test, officials are asking that you bring a mask and gloves. There are days set aside for people 65 and older. To learn more about the days and times, just visit our Valley News Live news app. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is concerned about his goal of hitting 6,000 coronavirus tests a day by June. While in Washington this week to talk with President Donald Trump, Governor Burgum said North Dakota does not have a major testing lab like other states, and that to hit his goal, they will have to rely on private-public partnerships. North Dakota has already tested more than 50,000 people. Burgum also addressed the low coronavirus numbers in North Dakota, saying it's not so much the low population here, but the decisions people are making.
I think it really comes back to individual responsibility that determines, because it's human-to-human transmission. It's not building to building or road to road or car to car. It's how humans behave, and they can behave well or unwell in this new environment, in any environment. But I'd say by and large, North Dakotans have been doing a great job across the whole state.
The Red River Valley Task Force is trying to hit 1,000 tests a day in Cass County. More details on that are expected a little bit later today. Police say a deadly shooting in North Fargo this week was a drug deal gone wrong. 21-year-old Rang Young was charged yesterday with murder, conspiracy to commit robbery, theft, and unlawful possession of a firearm. 28-year-old Daryl Simmons is charged with conspiracy to commit robbery and conspiracy to deliver meth. We also learned that the car they were in and crashed just before the shooting Tuesday morning was stolen from Dilworth. Simmons allegedly told police that he and the man killed Anquin White were trying to buy meth from a Young. When Simmons got out of the car to get the drugs from the trunk, the driver took off through the Northport Hornbachers parking lot before it crashed. Police found White dead in the back seat and say 29-year-old Lee Fry of Fargo was located near the vehicle, also with multiple gunshot wounds. Officers say 15 shell casings were recovered at the scene. Police also say the driver of the car near the shooting and spotted on surveillance video has not yet been found, but details are being released soon. Did you know that paper money can carry more germs than a household toilet? Stick around. After the break, we'll tell you how to keep your money clean from germs.